Hi Sonia. Welcome to the Better Citizens. So, as you know, it's a series where we invite founders, CEOs of various social organizations, and you being the founder of one of the largest Facebook communities in Pune, which is called as Pune Ladies, which is also known as Pula. Welcome to this interview, and I hope that you'll be able to motivate a lot of youngsters and also other females like you, so that we can have a very good community overall. Without a further ado, I would like you to introduce yourself to our viewers. So just tell us a little bit about you, your family, your professional background, and all those things.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Sonia Agarwal Konjetti, and as she said, we founded India's largest city-specific group for women, and it's called as Pula, which stands for Pune Ladies. This started 5 years ago with 300 members on the 26th of July 2015. We completed 5 years this July, and now we have around 220,000 plus members as of today.
Yeah.
When I say this number, I say it with a lot of pride because it's a very organic number. Our approval rate is only 20%, and we focus a lot on quality rather than quantity.
Yeah.
So that's how the number is very important to us.
Yeah.
About my background, I have done my Bachelor of Commerce, and after that I also studied mass communication and journalism.
Okay.
I was working with Wipro in Pune as a trainer, and then I moved to TCS in Bombay as a trainer.
Okay.
After that, I took a break. I took a break of 5 years because with my daughter, I was at home enjoying motherhood. Now she's 11, and when she was around 5 or 6, I decided I need to join back work, and I wanted to do some kind of work which did not take a lot of time, and I could even enjoy, my private life.
Yeah.
So I decided to become a teacher. So I again studied Bachelor of Education, and then I joined a school. Luckily, I got a job in the same school where she was studying.
Okay.
So I was teaching in a school for 2.5 years. Pula happened at the same moment. 1 year I managed school and Pula in between. But then it was very difficult managing both because it was taking a lot of time, and schools did not allow mobile phones during the school hours.
Yeah.
And then go home after 3 o'clock, and then doing the entire work was getting very tedious. So my husband forced me to leave my job and focus more on my passion. And that's how I left my job, and then entirely made my passion as my profession.
Yeah.
So that's how the journey began, where Pula became my profession, and now I'm the CEO of my company, where we got Pula registered as a company, and now we also have Pula as a Facebook group, Pula on Instagram. We have a website, we have an app, and it's been growing and supporting a lot of women.
Yeah, I can say that with complete confidence because I myself am a member of this group, and it's an amazing platform for all the females out there who want to do something in their lives. Firstly, thank you so much for starting something like that, and I should also commend your husband for forcing you to leave that job, because I think now you are able to completely focus on this platform. So going ahead, we would really like to know, why did you start something like this, and how was the journey like?
They always say that when you yourself are in a need, that's when you start finding for some solutions. And I think when I was in the need of a young mother and I wanted to find some solutions when I was at home, I was a part of a lot of Facebook groups, and I was on Facebook, and I understood the power of social media, because when I was on some mother groups and I was on some weight loss groups and food groups, I understood how well it was connecting people. It was when I posed a question and how people were supporting and answering. So I definitely understood the power of social media, how quickly it could connect.
Right.
But I also saw that Pune did not have any kind of group for women, and a close-knitted group, where they could feel supported.
Right.
And I wanted group where it could not only focus on one topic, not only on parenting, not only on weight loss, not only on food or something. It could have all topics under one umbrella.
Right.
So that's how I think, and me being a very extrovert since I was a kid, I think I had that within myself that I could start something. So I did some research work. I did find out that there was no such group in Pune. And because I am born, brought up in Pune and raised in Pune, I had a lot of knowledge. I had a lot of friends, relatives, and social connects, in my friend circle. So I jotted down few points as what could progress, what was the need, what could flourish. I also understood as what could not flourish. Like when we are in a WhatsApp group of a family, anybody's messaging good morning in the evening, suddenly they'll send some video which you'll not like. Then suddenly somebody will, start discussion. And you're like, Are, where am I? So I understood, let's have a systematic way of posting where let's have different days. And also online business was coming into trend 5 years ago. So I wanted to support, entrepreneurs. So put everything into a place, that's how Poola started. That's how I put everything into this grid. And the three main motives, there were three main motives, of course, that time. And as for the hour, we keep, understanding people's need and developing, definitely. But that time I understood the first thing was, as I said, that, for women of our city to connect for mutual benefit. That was the first one. Second one was to help every woman to become more financially independent, either by starting a starting a business, sitting at home with, no much of investments and promoting it for free of cost. Or job, very easily. Somebody has a job or somebody wants a job. So, that way.
Correct.
The platform. Third one was, though we are in the 21st century and we boast so much about how we are developing, but it's very sad to even talk about, where a lot of women are still facing domestic violence, physical abuse, health, unable to conceive, and many such other problems. So I wanted to break the culture of silence. I wanted our women to speak up on these topics. So the close group where they could get the power to speak on these topics, if not themselves provide an anonymous post where we could speak for them and get them the word. So these were the three main motives for starting Poola, and it was a revolution. I mean to say, started this group where I think everybody got the power, like every woman who wanted their own need got it fulfilled. Like people who were into business got their support. People who wanted mutual connects, like somebody wanted a doctor in their area, or somebody wanted a matching earring for their sari, got the connect. Or somebody wanted support for a husband hitting her, got the connect. So all the kind of needs started getting fulfilled. So that's how things started getting in place, and we started doing wonderful. We started even doing offline meets in real, because how much ever we meet, but then meeting in real, of course, builds stronger connections. I'm doing a lot of offline meets also. I always talk about, a lot of women say that hum log itna mehnat karte hain, but we don't get a me time. I am tired, I'm fed up, and I that it's about prioritizing your life. And then that's how we started coming up with grand meets, team meets. Say that please remove that 3 hours for yourself once a month and come for the meets, enjoy your life, have fun, and rejuvenate and go back. So there's a lot of things we started doing, and it's going great.
I completely agree with what you said, and it's actually revolutionary, because I keep looking at these posts, like you rightly said, there are domestic violence posts, there are people who females who are not conceiving and all those things, where they cannot share that with anybody else, but on Poola they can definitely freely share that anonymously also, or otherwise also. So I think it's a great initiative that you started, and I think it's grown like anything now, and you've also achieved a lot of awards for your work. So tell us a little bit about that as well.
I absolutely believe in do good and it comes back to you. So Pula, without a second thought, always believed since day one in doing good. We gave back to the society without a second thought. Every day we have so many good posts about the platform, the entire team that we have. It's not only Sonia, who support. We have an entire team since day one who has worked with us, the team then and the team now, who's been supporting. And it's about doing good. It's about, how we've been supporting 24/7. Again, here it's about being innovative. Because we are a support group, I did not want this support to stop at any hour. So we have posts on approval. So in case if we are sleeping, now who will approve these posts? And the post could stop. So what I found the innovative method was, because our rule is that once you've lived in Pune, you can still be a member even if you've moved out of Pune.
Right.
So we have members who are living now across the globe, like US, Australia, UK, or somewhere else, and we got them into our team. So when they are sleeping, we work. When we are sleeping, they work, and they are approving the posts and they are supporting our members. So that's how 24/7 Pula is supporting our members, and our support never stops.
Right. That's brilliant.
So these are few ideas that you need to get so that the support does not stop for your members.
Right.
And God has been great. We were just in the second month or something when a radio channel approached us for the interview, and I still remember I was like shivering because I had never been to a radio station, and I was so excited to see the entire setup and how it works, and the first newspaper article, the first magazine article, the first award, everything. And today I think we have 60 plus awards. We have numerous newspaper prints, numerous radio channels, everything. So I think it's all a journey. It's just about how you take it, how you support. It's never a competition. It's about how you're going to. It's about innovation. It's about how you want to support people. So
great, awesome. Also, as you said that this journey has been really inspiring, but I'm sure there have been a lot of challenges, and it's not as smooth as you have been saying that it is. So just throw some light on that as well, so that people who actually want to start something like this, they should be aware of these kind of hardships that go behind the scenes. So
See, absolutely. Challenges are in everything. Today you work for an office, you run your own business, or you even run your family. So you'll always have challenges in everything. You'll have ups and downs in everything that you do. But one thing that I always say is take up the challenge. Take it up positively because it has a solution. And I'm sure few challenges may be easy. Few challenges may take time. Few challenges may eat you up mentally, may drain you out, so everything is different, and everything has a different solution. So few challenges are technical challenges, few challenges are emotional ones. Bifurcate in that manner. So first, talking about technical challenges, which because our platform is Facebook, there were challenges, where and because it's like a community with ladies. Today maybe we are just 4 friends sitting, and the thought process of 4 people may not match.
Right? True.
It's possible. We all disagree, and we may end up fighting, and that's absolutely possible. So today, when there are so many members in a particular Facebook group, and there's a discussion going on, there may be a lot of people who may disagree, and they may start commenting, and it may turn up into a very unpleasant fight. So you have to manage that, and how to manage. And then earlier, we had to really calm people, etc. But Facebook later on came up with a lot of features where we could turn off commenting, where we could mute people, where we could block people, where we could just, so we really got a lot of features later on. But the initial days, a lot of different challenges that we had because it was very, very difficult, very difficult. Earlier we did not even have the post on approval, so people, because as I said that we have a systematic, like a timetable, you could literally say, we have different topics, Tuesday different. So earlier we did not have the post on approval, so even people who wanted to post, like a bazaar day is Wednesday and Sunday, but people could even in a Monday or a Friday or any day, and then we have to return, delete that or comment or something. So our work used to be 3 times, 4 times.
Right.
It used to be very time consuming and very challenging. So there used to be a lot of technical issues that we used to have, and this used to be very extremely challenging. And trust me, the team that we've had has always been very supportive, because they have been working behind the scenes and always, helping. So that's one of the challenges that we've faced. And even today, like right now when I'm giving an interview, it's been 1 week that technical issue that we're facing. We don't have a very good view of our inbox. Suddenly we are facing a challenge today that if we have around 50 posts in our inbox, we are not able to view it. And today I have raised a ticket with the Facebook, and we are because it's a weekend, or we are just typing mails and exchanging mails, it's not getting resolved. So things the members don't see, and the members keep commenting, "You're not approving my post. Hello, what are you doing?" So it's very difficult to explain them that please give us some time, and
Absolutely.
it's not like an off where they've paid you or something, that you are answerable to them. But then just to be good, we say, it's okay, calm down, we're trying to help you. Because we're a support group and we respect our members. We don't want them to leave our group and go. So there are a lot of technical challenges a lot of time. And emotional ones are, how much ever you try to do good, there are always a lot of people who will copy your and form new groups, and you cannot stop them, and that's okay. I feel like okay, they can, but least is respect it. Respect the person where you're copying the ideas and forming a new group, and least is do not defame that person or talk about that person. Give credits to the person, so there are few things that emotionally drain you, because later you come to know that एक तो आपने idea भी copy कर ली है, आप logo copy कर रहे हो, आप name copy कर रहे हो, आप पूरा content copy कर रहे हो, काफी चीज copy करते हैं लोग, group में रह के, and कैसे हम innovative काम कर रहे हैं, काफी stressful भी journey है ये. People don't really understand, but success is a very lonely journey. To be honest, people don't understand the efforts behind it. People only feel, oh, she's winning an award today. Oh, she's wearing such a lovely clothes. A pretty dress. Oh, she's wearing makeup. Oh, her family is supportive. But to be very honest, it's not a very happy journey, because it's today I may not have so many friends as my other friends have the number of friends. It's a lonely journey at the other way. Because I know the kind of pressure I live in every single day, the kind of workload I have. So there is a lot of things that happen at the other end, and but it's okay, because I have taken up this work and I got to live with it. So. And I'm happy. So once you accept it, once you accept that this is your life, this is how it's going to be, and the positive is that you're supporting so many women at the end of the day. So once you accept the way the life is, so you're happy with it.
And I think I feel that you have found your purpose. So once you find that, I think it's a pretty easy way to just look into all these stressors and still go ahead. But as you said that you had so many challenges, emotional, technical, and whatsoever. So how do you still keep going every day? What do you do to keep that motivation lit every single day?
I think I'll just give you 3 simple answers over here. One is my team. My team inspires me when I see they are working every single day and they don't get tired, so they inspire me. Second is my members, because when they send me a message or a small because when I see my inbox or my mail that Sonia, Pula has helped me in this way today. I have bread and butter in my house because I am earning from Pula. Or today I got support from Pula because of so and so reason. So that motivates you to work better. All is my family. When they see me progressing every single day, you feel okay, there's a purpose to live, and you're doing something different than what others aren't doing.
Yeah.
You're doing something different. So I think these are the three reasons that motivates me every single day to do better.
I think all the ladies in the group are also motivated by you every single day. So, so again, thank you so much for that. There are a lot of people who want to start something like an entrepreneur or a community like this online. So, what would you tell them? What would be the takeaway that you would like to give them?
Great. I would always, love to share the best practices because we've already been in this field. And rather, I have done this also when I was the lead for community leadership by Facebook. But then there are a few things I tell to every person that when you want to start a Facebook community, one is do your research work.
Yeah.
Do a research what kind of group you want to start and what's the motive behind it.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to be a leader, but why you want to be. Second is do something innovative and don't imitate.
Yeah.
Because copying a group does not make any sense, but do something innovative. That should be a priority.
Right.
Okay. Third is of course related to your second one, innovation. Because people of course are in multiple groups and everybody wants to be in different groups because they would love to be busy, love to be in groups and see what's happening. So innovation is the reason for success. Today, if you learn something innovative, you will be successful. But today, if you just want to do something copy paste, it's not going to help you be successful. And mainly, do not lose interest after a certain number of days. It takes time to be successful. It takes efforts. You have to be, you have to continue. You may not receive success directly in the first month or 6 months or a year. It may even take more time. So continue with your efforts, try, doing your best, and I'm sure it's going to be fruitful.
Yeah. So this passion, integrity, patience, everything that goes in when you want to start something as a leader and start as a community. Right. Amazing. So are there any success stories that you would like to highlight because everybody would like to know about them and be inspired from you?
In fact, Pula, being a support group, every day rather we have health posts where our members are asking for some of the other kind of help, and there are beautiful success stories since day one. We post these success stories on our Facebook page and our website. It won't be very fair on my part to just share one or two, but I should. I'll share one story, which is an old one, and one recent one very quickly.
Yeah, sure.
The recent one right now. Okay, let me share both the recent ones because recently in the lockdown, there was this one member who put up a post saying that her security kaka, an old kaka, he needs a second-hand cycle, and if somebody could like to donate it or something. So people were like, why donate and all? Why don't you ask your society members to pitch in money? And then somebody was like, let's we start collecting funds and we'll only buy a second cycle or something. So she was like, he's a very poor man. He'll be very happy if somebody can donate their cycle. सबके पास कुछ ना कुछ तो रहता है. One lady said, अच्छा आप आपका GPay number बता दो, हम पैसा donate करना start करते हैं 100 रुपए. I'm sure थोड़े तो पैसे जमा हो जाएंगे and then you can buy something for him. So she said, okay, let's see, whatever. She shared her Google Pay number, and within 3-4 hours, there were some 6,500 rupees in her account. And she bought a new hero cycle for the security kaka. This kaka was some 50+ old. And the happiness this old security kaka had, she put up a picture of the security man with the new orange color
bicycle.
Bicycle. It was like, he is like, he stood on the merit list of grade 10th kind of, and it was such a beautiful, happy moment.
Yeah.
And He's thanked all the members of Pula because he never ever could imagine that he could own a brand new bicycle. So the power of social media, one post, one small post where people could just donate. 100 रुपए आज हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं है.
Exactly.
But उसके के पास एक brand new cycle है आज, and he's riding every day from home to work. So he's very happy. And similarly, case was where another lady, she put up a post where her mother was diagnosed with some liver issues, and she said that she's been admitted and they're falling short of cash. So we only post generally which are recognized by these authorized apps like Keto and Milap, etc.
Crowdfunding apps,
bank transfers and all. So either hospital documents and all. So she had put it up through a verified app, and she said they are falling short of some 3 lakhs or something. So if people could really donate money, and she had put up a picture of her mother in the hospital. Within 9 hours, she had 3.5 lakhs in her account.
Wow.
And this was covered by a newspaper also and a radio channel also. And this lady was in Dublin. Her mother was in India. She couldn't come for the surgery, but then she had put up a post. And she was like, she really, now started believing in the power of social media, where just one post could help her save the life of her mother.
Right.
So even these are the, you feel so blessed, that today you created a platform where you're saving lives.
Yeah.
Another example was in this COVID situation. Another lady had put up a post where she was in Aurangabad, and her father, who's 82-year-old, her brother, and the son, the 3 people were diagnosed with COVID, and they all were admitted in a hospital in Baner. And she said that her father ate only Jain food. And if somebody, it was very difficult for her to travel from Aurangabad to come to Pune. So if somebody who lived there could deliver Jain food to the, father. So there were 3 people on the post who said, okay, you give us the contact details and everything, and we'll try our best. 5 days, these 3 people delivered Jain food at the hospital gate, morning and evening.
Wow.
Unknown people who didn't even know, not relatives, nothing. And that's again the power of social media. That's the power of Pula.
Yeah.
Where virtual love, you could say, or Pula love is what you could say, that these people came and supported an 82-year-old COVID patient who recovered, and they served Jain food to this patient, and for 5 days, morning and evening.
Yeah.
That's how it connects. Definitely, there are many more stories where somebody's lost their passports, documents. They put up a picture, or they found some bag and they put up a picture, and we found the owner of the credit cards and everything, and it's been delivered.
Right.
So, a lot of stories where somebody's gone through domestic violence, somebody's ran away from home, and they've been able to reach home in the middle of the night, and etc. also.
Yeah, that's incredible. So Pula is like a platform for everybody and anybody, maybe staying in Pula. That's something that is the rule. But I think you've created something that gives back emotional, physical, financial, whatever kind of support that a person needs.
Absolutely.
So I think it's a very comprehensive platform, and after all these challenges, hardships, I think all these success stories, whether small or big, I think it must all be worth the effort that you put in and your team is putting. So congratulations for all your hard work and efforts.
Thank you so much.
And again, I mean, thank you so much for being here. We would like to have your details in the video so that people can look into the website and try to join the group and all that, so that even if they have anything to maybe put it on the platform, they can do that. So once again, thank you so much. If you have any last takeaways for the viewers, you can definitely go ahead.
As I just said in the video some time ago, that I definitely believe in doing good because it comes back to you. I have felt it, and I've been through it always. So please keep doing good. I believe in karma. I've always felt that. So do good. It definitely comes back to you. and stay safe in the situation. I'm sure life is going to come back to normal soon.
Yeah, I hope so too. And thank you for inspiring all of us. And I'm sure that a lot of people after this interview also would be, inspired by your journey, and would definitely, if they are scared, they will definitely start something on their own. So thanks again.
Thank you.